Will Assassin's Creed Shadows stealth gameplay be any better than the previous games? In this video, we're going to be going over a stealth gameplay overview. We're going to be primarily focusing on Naue, who seamlessly blends classic assassin techniques with the quiet agility of a trained shinobi, although some of these stealth details will also apply to Yasuke. We're going to be going over a stealth gameplay article posted by Ubisoft. We'll be joined by Simon, one of the associate game directors. Now, what is this new stealth gameplay all about? Assassin's Creed Shadows stealth gameplay has been ambitiously overhauled in a few key areas. The most obvious change for AC players will be the lack of the companion eagle, allowing you to scout ahead and map out the entire location. In Shadows, players must rely on their main character's own senses and engage enemies in a more tactical moment-to-moment manner. Both Naue and Yasuke have access to a new Observe mechanic, which delivers a fast and easy way to toggle additional information on screen. Observe allows you to identify targets, tag and monitor enemies, and highlight lootable stashes, collectibles, and quest objectives. While on a sync point, it also allows you for close examination of nearby locations. Now, Naue has access to the classic Assassin's Creed Eagle Vision, which allows her to highlight the position of enemies hidden behind walls and other objects and isolate any relevant sound they make. Eagle Vision is a more dedicated stealth mechanic, encouraging Naue to slow down and take a moment to better visualize her enemies and relevant gameplay objects, including hiding spots. Both Observe and Eagle Vision work independently, revealing different sets of information, but Naue can combine both concurrently to reveal, observe, and tag enemies through walls, a very useful habit to have if you don't want to blunder into a room full of samurai waiting for you. Now, for the first time in Assassin's Creed series, hiding in the shadows will make you invisible to enemies. During nighttime, any pocket of shadows becomes a dynamic hiding spot in which you can progress without being seen. This applies to both interiors and exteriors. The ability to use shadows in this way invites you to carefully study your environment for hiding opportunities and routes, or create them yourself by destroying lanterns with a shuriken. Naue is a perfectly capable shinobi in broad daylight, but the cover of darkness gives her a remarkable edge over the enemies, especially on higher difficulty settings. While Naue is fast, sprinting while you're attempting to be stealthy in a highly populated environment can be risky. The sound of footsteps will alert guards who will spot you almost instantaneously. In general, standing up increases your visibility, so this is where crouching comes into play. Naue can move quite slowly, while in a crouch, with the sound of her footsteps considerably reduced. Crouching is also particularly effective indoors, minimizing the sound of nightingale floors, specifically designed floors that creak whenever someone steps on them, for example, or reducing the chance of bumping into noisy objects. Naue and Yasuke are the first protagonists able to go prone in the series. Going prone reduces your visibility to enemies even further, whether on the ground or rooftops or underwater. For Naue, going prone comes with its own set of movements. By pressing the dodge button while in prone, you can roll to the side, front, or back, a useful maneuver to quickly employ when a guard approaches. Keep an eye under buildings too. You might just find an opening you can crawl under. Now, Naue doesn't have to rely on her stealthy moves alone. She has 4 primary tools at her disposal to help ensure a quick kill or getaway. She has the Smoke Bomb, a classic assassin tool that creates a cloud of smoke, allowing you to escape or assassinate low-rank enemies without being seen. She has the Shinobi Bells, a perfect tool to distract enemies. By throwing a bell, you can lure guards away from their posts or create an opportunity to sneak past them. She has the kunai. Kunai are extremely sharp throwing knives that deal a lot of damage and can result in one-shot kills when aimed with precision. And she has the shuriken. Shurikens are a sharp, star-shaped throwing weapon that momentarily stun enemies and are even more useful when thrown into an environment to cause distractions. Now, Naue is our smallest assassin to date, and she uses that to her advantage. She can squeeze through tiny wall cracks, and she can hide inside small storage spaces and boxes in order to get the drop on her enemies. We know that players are always looking for efficiency in their stealth runs, and this is why we are bringing back double assassinations in Assassin's Creed Shadows. By equipping the Tanto as one of your main weapons and unlocking the dedicated skill, you can eliminate 2 enemies standing next to each other at once with your hidden blade, whether on the ground or from the air. Now, while undetected, you can briefly grab and drag enemies in any direction to silently assassinate or take them down non-lethally. This grab mechanic removes some of the automation we've had in the series before. In Shadows, if you want to assassinate someone from a stalking bush, you have to manually grab them, pull them in, and only then can you dispatch them. Now we're going to go over some of the enemy tactics that they will use against you. While you have plenty of ways to hide and eliminate your targets, enemies will respond in ways that will make your life more difficult when you make mistakes. Servants, for example, are a new type of non-lethal enemy that will alert guards upon seeing you. While they can't fight, their ability to call for reinforcements and raise alarms make them just as threatening as enemies who can. Servants have their own patrol routes, so it's important to keep tabs on them. When using eagle vision, they will stand out by appearing in orange. When infiltrating heavily guarded positions such as castles and fortresses, different districts each exist as their own individual arenas. This means that should you get caught in one pocket, you can still recover, re-engage, and keep your stealth run going without having an entire location bearing down on you. Now, if you get detected and are able to disappear again, enemies will search for you in pairs, one watcher and one seeker, and will remain more suspicious going forward. That means the tactics such as whistling to lure them in will only increase their suspicion and thus their ability to spot you. This can impact your ability to assassinate from a hiding spot, as these suspicious guards will be more likely to get in the way if you're not cautious enough. Now, certain enemy archetypes will present unique challenges to your arsenal. For example, samurai cannot be assassinated when caught in the smoke bomb. Instead, they will quickly evade the smoky area. This contrasts with the soldiers or the servants, who can be assassinated in smoke. Samurai are also more prone to deny assassinations, and they can even slice brushes when searching for you, which removes options to hide. Samurai are fearsome enemies and cannot be taken lightly. Once alerted, they are hard to trick or lure, as they assume that any tricks you use are just that. This will force you to adapt and think harder about how you get the drop on them, but every challenge brings new opportunities, and smoke bombs can become an effective tool to disperse samurai if you are looking for a quick escape. Now, through Shadow's progression system, it's important to focus on developing your stealth skills and abilities. Enemies will have levels based on their archetype and region, so if you neglect Assassin Hidden Blade upgrades, you may find that stronger enemies can completely deny your assassination attempts. When approaching a target, a white assassination prompt indicates an instant kill, yellow means you will deal some damage, and red signals that the enemy will completely deny your attempt. When it comes to assassinations, progress and context work hand in hand. Invest in perks that increase your assassination damage and test things around. A strong enemy may survive a frontal assassination, but may die from a sneaky air assassination. Now, while Yasuke is very much built for direct close quarter combat, he can still be stealthy when equipped with his bow. Using his ranged weapon, you can engage enemies from a distance without even needing to draw your katana. If players are careful and deliberate, Yasuke can also slip behind foes and deliver devastating assassinations with his melee weapons, blending stealth with a more direct combat approach. Now that is going to do it for the stealth gameplay overview. Let me know down in the comments if you guys are going to be playing Assassin's Creed Shadows. Did you guys already pre-order it, or are you going to wait until it's already out and watch some reviews? So let me know down in the comments. I'm going to have an early access key, so I'll be streaming this a couple of days early on March 18th. You guys can stop past my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/paidtobefamous. I will have Twitch drops enabled, so you can get these free items just for watching my stream for a couple of hours. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video.